Oh, good afternoon, 2 p.m. with the trigger. Rich Bontrager dropping in here. Technical difficulties. You're delaying us get through all the networking and all the software stuff out there, but we made it. I think we're here now. I think we're actually on live, having a good time. Yes, I just got confirmation from the team. So we are streaming once again back on multiple channels here today, helping you shine on camera, helping you shine on stage. That's our brand premise at Rock the Stage Media. And we're here once again. And today we're going to get into helping you out with 3 keys to properly prepare your guests for a great show. In this day of live streaming, TV, all the different things that you may be involved with, it's tough to get good guests on a regular basis and have them properly prepared to do a good show for you. Now, some of it's their preparation, some of it's your preparation, but you work together on this, right? And you want to make the best show possible. But getting your guests to work with you is mission critical. So part of it is, what are you doing to help them succeed? One of the things that I tell people when they work with us at Rock Stage Media is, my mission is to help you shine. My mission is to help you hit home run after home run. So I want to take all the distractions, all the issues off the table if I can. Now, that's not always possible, but at least we want to make it happen the best we can. So I'm going to give you a couple key strategies here so you can do this better yourself. So first of all, you probably want to establish clear expectations, but gather good background information if you can. Those clear expectations, the background information is so important to weave those two conversations together. What type of show is it? How long is the show going to run? What's the personality of the show? More and more, you need to tell the people if it's rated PG or is it rated R. Because sometimes you have a show that you do not want unsavory language. You don't want certain stories told or shared that may be uncomfortable for people. So more and more, you have to set the expectations of what type of show you're running. And you need to let your guests know that. Now, you also need to help them have the clear expectation. Is this a show where you're going to be able to sell and promote and actually ask for something and go for a pitch? Or is the show more of information? And we will drive them to your social media, drive them to your website. You want to let people know exactly what they're getting into. What are your expectations of them? And then give them that chance to ask you, what is the expectation of you as a host? What are you going to do for them? How are you going to help them? So you want to make this very, very clear. And by gathering the more back information you can, the better it's going to be. Back information includes social media links. Give me your links to where you want me to drive. Like every day, I'm going to share it right now. Every day when we're preparing for our shows, I'm just going to use our upcoming book launch party here as we gather information from our guests to say, look, what's the link you want us to drive people to? It could be your Calendly. It could be your website. It could be like this is a book launch coming up this Thursday, produced by us at Rock the Stage Media for Krista Johnson, who was just on the show yesterday. So what are the background pieces you need to make a great show? You need to make sure you ask them what they have or what they don't have, because a lot of people are not used to being on shows still. Streaming and podcasting has become a real big thing, but many people don't have a media kit done. By the way, if you want to learn about that, go to our YouTube channel. We talked about media kits, and we'll go back over that again. But many people are still trying to figure out, what are the assets? What are the things you need? You need a headshot. Get the background information. What's the proper introduction you want to give somebody? Is there a special humorous story that you want to weave in? Get the background information and have it prepared. You want them to give it to you so you can present it through your show like a true professional, help them shine and help them feel comfortable and confident and no surprises. Also, the background information does include you as the host, as the showrunners, as the producers. Here's when the show goes live. 2 p.m. Eastern time for 2 p.m. with Trigger. When do we want you backstage? We want you backstage at 1:45, 15 minutes early. Why do we do that? I tell all my guests, we're going to do a background audio check, make sure everything's set with for lights and sound. It's a tech check. Let them know these background things. Set yourself up for success for your end of the show by setting up their success for their end of the show. It's so important to make sure you do this background part. Take your time to do that. Now, that goes right into the clear expectations. What are the expectations of your show? What are your expectations of the guests? I expect my guests to come prepared, on time, ready to go for camera, and they have a submission form they fill out, so I kind of know some early questions to go to. I tell them very clearly, we're going to go off script, go where the story goes. That's one of the things that we do at Rock the Stage. As we talk and as we share, I will take the story where the story goes. I give that as a clear expectation. This is not scripted. Some of them don't like it. They want to know exactly what we're going to say in what order. And I can't tell you that because this is a live interview. This is a human interest story. This is something we're going to weave together. So part of my expectation is be ready to think on your feet. Be ready to have fun. Clear expectations. If we have a technical problem, like we did yesterday with Krister, I prep them. If you drop off of the tech problem, don't worry. I got it covered. We're not going to panic. Beam back in backstage. I'll see you, and we bring you back in like nothing ever happened. And it worked yesterday. By doing these steps like this, you are preparing your guest for a great show. So take these steps. Now, other ways to help your guests be prepared for a great show and help you as well, share your promotional information. Now, this is an area that I do good with, bad with, and there are systems in place, especially having an assistant. If you have a team, if you have a VA, this is something you can easily hand off for them. If you're the main show host and showrunner, you want to hand this off to somebody else, but you want your guest to co-promote the show. Now, I know some shows where people have literally made it in a written document. You will share it on your social media. You will tell me where your social media is. So give me your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your Twitter. Give me your accounts. Oh, I said Twitter. We mean X now. Sorry. But you want to get their social media accounts. So then they actually go check and see if you're pushing it out and pushing out in advance of the show. I know of several shows, if they don't see you co-promoting, they cancel your show and they slide you off and they try again. But you do not get airtime without being a co-promoter. That's a clear expectation that some people are having to grow their reach. They want you to leverage your social media to leverage for their show so you all get a greater reach. That's partly what you want to put out there when you share promotional material. You're not just sharing it for them not to do anything with. You're sharing that cover piece. You're sharing the show description. You're sharing the takeaways from the show that everyone's going to get from the show. You're sharing all that information with your guests so they will help push it out. And I'm going to make an appeal to the guest. If you want to have a great show, if you want your interview, if you want your whatever it is you're involved with, whatever type of show you're on, you are as much responsible for the success of your show as a host, as the main company. We set up shows so you can succeed. We set up shows so we'll grow and grab the audience. You need to show up ready to go, fully prepared to help make that happen. And that means long before you're on camera, long before you're on mic, you should be co-promoting it, whether they give you the social media or not. If they give you the social media, please use it. But no matter what, you should be commenting, sharing, encouraging through your own social media networks. You should be asking the host, what are the expectations? If it's not in an email blast, it's not in a pre-conversation, reach out and say, hey, I want to really hit a home run with you. I want to make sure we connect. Ask them for very clear directions of what they want to achieve with it. I'm going to be on the show tomorrow morning. We're going to pre-tape it for another event. It's on another streaming platform. got a pretty good reach. Now, the show host has been a little bit under the weather. So he reached back out again and said, I want to make sure we got this right. We got the title. We got some of the takeaways. We got some of the questions. I just want to make sure that we're okay with this, Rich. Perfect. They did the follow-up. We're doing the follow-up. We're going to have a great show. That's how it should be going. And, of course, it's also partly you're responsible to get them your headshot, get them the background information. If you have a certain title that you want to go by, make sure you let them know you're the CEO, you're the founder, you're the storyteller of all storytellers. Whatever it is that you are, it's not just for the host to ask. You should be prepared to bring the information forward. It's all about being successful. It's all about shining on camera and shining on stage. It's all about setting you up so you can be a great rock star guest. And why is that so important today? Besides getting the content out, besides sharing what you're special and unique about, what you want to do is you want to do such a great job that when others see it, when other podcasters, when other streaming content shows, maybe you're in local news station, you want a great clip that you can share with your local news. I'm a good expert. I can do this on camera. You want a good show, then you can share it back out and share it back out and get more interviews and more interviews and more interviews. That's one of the benefits of why we do 2 p.m. with the Trigger. I'm literally helping people have a short 15-minute conversation, and we set them up for success to be a great interview here so they can leverage that for their own benefit. What do you think about it? How well prepared are you to have a great guest on your show, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a streaming show? There's so many different ways to do it now, whether it's a pre-recorded show or a live show. Are you preparing your guest so they can shine bright? We do want to remind, we do have that special event coming up this week, and we are thrilled and excited to be in the premiere book launch for Be Daring, Be Different. Christopher Johnson is a global CEO. He was a CEO of a company in 30 different countries around the world. Well, his book is coming out, and we're going to have the party on Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It is a private Zoom event, so you do need to register. This will not be an open streaming event. This will be a private party. We're going to have prizes, giveaways. We're going to read from the book. We're going to dive into the author and learn about the man who is a global mentor. He's a coach, and he loves adventure in helping people. Join us on Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Scan the QR code and join us for the live book launch party with Christopher Johnson. And you're really going to be happy you're dead. We have a great show planned, and he's just loads of fun to talk to. And that's going to do it for today. The Trigger, Rich Bontrager. I hope you have great shows. I hope you have great guests. I hope you're preparing the best you can to make the most out of you and how you leverage your media. If you ever have questions about that, you can always reach out, Rich at richbontrager.net. Or, of course, you can book a free consultation. Hit the QR code. Let's talk about what you're doing, what you're not doing. How do you want to level up your game? What are your goals with leveling up with media? Well, let's hope you do that better and better. Hit the QR code. We'd love to talk to you one-on-one. Hey, until tomorrow on the Trigger, Rich Bontrager. Have yourself a great rest of the day. We'll see you at 2 p.m. with the Trigger.